The next stop will be University City Boulevard Station.
Welcome to University City's podcast, where we discuss all things University City. This podcast is brought to you by the City of Charlotte, Truist Foundation, and University City Partners. It's recorded at the beautiful office space of One University Place by the lake here in University City. Hey, this is Keith Stanley with the University City Partners here in One University Place right next to the lake for our podcast. I want to thank City of Charlotte, Truist Foundation, and of course, University City Partners for their partnership on bringing this podcast to fruition. We are joined by a very special guest. I've been able to work with Lionel since I've been here because he actually handles the books for University City Partners, but it also is a University City small business. Lionel, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, Lionel Sargeant with COBB PLLC. I'm a partner. We started our business probably back in like 2008 and have been a great partnership with University City Partner for a long time now and enjoy the working relationship.
2008. So you've been in business quite some time.
Yeah, we have been. Prior to that, we were in real estate development. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense with 2008.
Yeah, 2008, exactly. Yeah. I don't need to even expound on that.
For those of us who remember those days. So what does COBB Accounting do? What services and products do you or services you offer?
Yeah, we are a virtual CPA firm, and we focus on bookkeeping, accounting, tax prep, tax planning, and advisory services for small businesses, nonprofits, individuals, obviously. So we do a little bit of everything. We don't do audits or reviews. We can. Those things tend to take a lot of time sometimes, but we really focus on our accounting and bookkeeping practice.
What's your typical client? What do they look like?
Oh gosh, anywhere from a small little mom and pop shop, because not everybody knows the art of accounting, and I would advise anybody that if you don't really know your debits and credits, so to speak, that you invest or consult somebody who knows what they're doing. Because this is very important to your business as far as how it's doing, making sure you're in compliance with laws, and just being able to run your business.
Before we get into some of those challenges for small businesses, I want to go a little bit to your history. How did you find accounting?
Oh wow, I didn't expect that question, but when I was in high school, I took an accounting class, and I don't know if I'm an old guy, I'm getting ready to tell my age. But, we used to take these aptitude tests to see where your interests lie. Yeah. And mine was in either technology or accounting. And I took an accounning class and was hooked ever since, probably back in 10th or 11th grade, I believe.
So either you were going to be the next Elon Musk or you're going to be doing
There were some periods where there was some doubt. I don't know, business majors can tell you, and accountants can tell you too. And you get to the intermediate level in college, it gets a little tough. Yeah, and they really try to weed you out, so to speak.
That makes sense. You want people who can actually do get the numbers and do the work.
Exactly.
Let's talk about a little bit about some of the challenges you see with some of our small businesses when it comes to accounting. I mean, I know some of our businesses, they're just out of the seat of their pants, as they say, or they're just cash registers, robbing Peter to pay Paul. What are some of the challenges you see regarding small businesses here?
Yeah, like I said before, a lot of small businesses, don't see the value in adding an accountant, either in-house or virtual like myself. And they try to do it on their own, could get them in trouble. When I say in trouble, either things are messed up and, then when the time it comes around to do their tax return, there's a whole lot of work that needs to get done to, straighten that out. Accounting is a look at the past, basically, but you also need to have that foundation to where you can know where your business has been so you can see where you're going. You need to invest in or practice cash flow planning, cash flow forecasting, as well as tax planning for small business owners.
If there's one thing you would share with small business owners that, hey, this piece of advice, if you could just adhere to this would either help you out of trouble or keep you out of trouble.
Yeah, it's still, I'll go back to getting somebody who knows what they're doing.
Get in a professional.
Get some good advice, because you don't know what regulations that you have to adhere to. You don't know what documents you have to file, and for God's sake, don't try to do your own payroll.
Yeah, you're right about that. A couple other thoughts. I know just because the opportunity to work with you, you guys have been able to help university partners out with a number of different services. When we talk about payroll, we're also talking about budgeting. Can you talk a little bit more about some of the services that people use with Cobb County?
Yeah, I can. As I said, our primary focus is on bookkeeping and accounting, which is what we do for you. But our advisory services involves forecasting, budgeting.
And when you say forecasting, are we talking about revenue forecasting?
It can be revenue forecasting or cash flow forecasting. But the point of it is that it's a look forward.
Is that for also nonprofits?
It is. It can be for nonprofits as far as forecasting, but for small businesses, we can do things like business evaluation. Say if you want to sell your business, you may want to have an idea what it's worth or what the future or what your current revenue cash flows look like. To see what you can get for it or who might be interested in it. We can help you with budgeting, obviously, as I said. And so, just kind of help you, the small business owner, focus on what their goals are, what their long-term objectives are. Because it's important to know where you're going with the business. You may want to leave it for your kids. You may want to grow it and sell it, and we can help you out with that.
Taking this conversation just a little bit different direction, you've been in University City for quite some time. How long have you been here in University City?
Oh, gosh, man, you're going to make me tell my age again.
Just a couple years.
Just a couple years. No, I've lived in this area since 1993. We started COBB PLLC. Well, we initially started out as Business Revolution. After the market crash in 2008, we called ourselves the big real estate developers back at that time. And my partner and I decided let's stick with what we know how to do, which is both accounting. I think we started that business in 2009, 2010, and University City Partners was maybe not our first customer, but pretty early on.
Wow.
Yeah.
I do want to throw this out there, and the reason I ask you this is because you've been able to see the changes here in University City and the growth. We estimate around 1,000 families are added to University City a year. They say that out of the residential development for Mecklenburg County, close to 17% of it, I think it's actually over 17.5% of it, of residential development is happening in University City. Can you talk a little about what you've seen over the years as far as the growth?
Oh, wow. It's grown tremendously. I'd start over here with the University of Charlotte, and I kind of want to keep saying UNCC.
Yeah.
It's hard to break that habit. But my wife went to school there.
Oh, okay.
And as we ride by now,
Go Niners.
Yeah, go Niners, exactly. If you look at the campus now from when she was there, it's just enormous. And just looking at this area around the lake here, how it's grown, with the development that's going on across the lake, none of that stuff was there. Traffic has grown a lot.
Yeah,
much
right.
to my dismay.
Yeah,
But,
and I would say that's throughout just the Charlotte traffic now. Yeah, I'm not used to that. Like, whoa, usually if I can't get somewhere in 20 minutes, it's like, what's the problem?
Believe it or not, you used to be able to get from one end of Charlotte to the other in about 30 minutes.
Wow, that's not the case.
That's not the case anymore. So if I'm late for a meeting in the south side of town, leaving up here, I might not make it.
But though, with that being said, though, I would say you probably seen the options, retail options specifically in Charlotte. I mean, here in University City. I mean, just the number, we have over 145 restaurants, and they're like, Caribbean, Mexican, Chinese. I mean, just the growth of options, and not just on the restaurants, but we think about Home Depot and Lowe's, and any insights on how that growth has impacted you?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have those options that are close to you. For instance, out where I live, it used to be a 2-lane road. When it snowed, Charlotte is a standstill when it snows anyway. You used to have to wait to go down the hill make sure the other person makes it up the other side of the hill before you go. The only grocery store we had was I think it was a Food Lion or a Bilo at the time.
What?
Yeah.
Now we have Publix.
Yeah, we have.
We have Trader Joe's. This list goes on. I mean, Harris Teeter,
Not
Food
to
Lion.
mention that I think Home Depot's has been there for a while. I can't remember when Lowe's came along, but we have options in further north of Charlotte or of this area. We have the what do you call it? The Northlake area.
Yes, it's the Northlake area. Yep.
Yeah, not to mention put another plug in.
No problem. Hey, we all in this together. We all
in
growing.
proximity, it's just so much growth in Charlotte. Yeah.
I would say, I know we're about to wrap this up. I would say, I want to just a couple more questions here. What's your vision? What's your hope for University City?
I love this area. I love living here. I love this area because it's just it's a really nice and peaceful area to grow in, to grow a family and have a family in. My hope is that we can continue to maintain the look of the area as it is now, while still attracting good businesses.
That's it.
And things that meet the needs of the community.
That's it. Last question, Lionel. I know how to reach out to you, but for those who don't and who are interested in learning more or even looking at your services, how do they get in contact with you?
Yeah, you can go to our website. It's COBBPLLC.com.
Say that one more time for the people in the back.
For the people in the back, it's COBBPLLC.com.
And that's COBB.
Yes, COBBPLLC.com. And from there, you'll find links to either reach myself or one of our partners. So
Lionel's been great. Thank you for many years taking care of University City, and we're looking for more business coming your way. But thank you again.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for listening to the University City Partners Podcast. We are a city within a city. Follow us on social media.